Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome. I'm just setting up our presentation and we'll get started very quickly. Thanks for being here. If you can let me know in the comments that you're here, that would be so wonderful. Hendo is here with us today, which is awesome.
Hi everybody, hope you're all well.
Let me just make sure my settings are okay. Yes, we are good. So we are live streaming. Taher is here. Hello. We're streaming to YouTube and LinkedIn and X. And of course, if you registered, you are here live. You'll even be able to come in on the camera later. Oh my gosh, Taher is here. Oh, that's Hendo. Okay, I get confused with the YouTube. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn my camera on so we can get this party started. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Happy Monday. I actually created a new view here. Okay, let's see which view is better. I like this. DR is here. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Yeah, say hi to us if you can in the chat. It's really helpful for me to know, for us to know. So Hendo is officially joining us on Mondays, which is really nice because it is hard to keep up with the questions and things like that. And he's going to be one of our demo students today. If you did register and you want a demo as well, meaning you want to build along with us, that would be wonderful. I can actually share the link to the live stream with you so that you can build with us. But let's go ahead and get started. AI Jesus is here. Awesome. AI Jesus, I see you're joining from X. If you want to actually register, and by the way, the link to register is on my profile. It's at the link in my bio, which is, let's see, I can create a quick banner just to let you all know how to officially register at oneclickcreator.ai, which is also in my bio. Okay, so the benefits of registering to the workshop are that one, you get included in the builder cohort. So you get all of the future invitations to our workshops, which are going to be every Monday. And like I said, Hendo is now joining us, which is wonderful. He'll be able to help with questions because last week it was hard to actually do the presentation, build live, and keep up with all the questions. So really appreciate having Hendo here. Fuzzy Dragon Books is here. Hi, everyone. Feline is here. Thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Today's going to be fun. I spent all weekend playing around with some new tools, the tools that we'll be using here today. So the first thing I actually want to do is make sure that you all have access to the presentation that we're looking at, because this is where the links are for today. So again, if you registered to the event, then you're here live and you should have access to the live chat. And let's see, I can also pin this to the top of the chat. So what I just pinned to the top of the chat is the presentation that you're looking at now. So if you're on your laptop, you'll be able to, hi Stephanie, you'll be able to follow along with us and actually build with us. So one of the first things that you'll see in there is the actual, the links that we're going to be using today. But let's go ahead and get started. By the way, if you think you want to build live with us, I'm looking for a couple volunteers. I'm looking for someone who would like to build a custom AI solution live. You do have to be registered because I'll share the link with you and then you'll be able to come up. And I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. A couple of reminders. I do recommend that you have a laptop. If you're following along, maybe you're at work, maybe you're not able to actually build with us, that's no problem. As long as you registered, you will get the request. I'm sorry, not the request. You will get the replay and any other resources that come after. Stephanie said, had to request access. Okay, I'm not totally sure what that means, but let me know if you're having any issues.
Hi, sorry, that's for the Google Drive link for the document.
Oh,
Yeah, I had it as
Thank
well.
you. Good to know, because I have not actually changed the share permissions. So let me do that now. Thank you so much for letting me know. I literally just finished updating. Hendo, can you spend like a minute saying hi to the people and I'll be right back?
Yeah, sure, of course. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're just updating the sharing permissions. Deborah McCrary, thank you for joining. DR Smart, I hear Stephanie. How you doing, Stephanie? Hope you've had a good weekend. And yeah, pretty excited about this. I've been playing around with a new GPT today as well. There's lots of tech is always coming out, so it's kind of good to try and stay ahead of it as well, but also think about new ideas that we can play with. Right, we're just going to test that link, see if we can get some access. Yes, we're in. Yeah, perfect, Christelle, we're in.
Okay, yay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad you can access now. That's very important. Thanks for letting us know. We rely a lot on the chat for your questions. So thank you so much, Stephanie and Deborah. It's so great to see you here. If you all have not said hi in the chat yet, please do. It just lets me know who's here. If you could also let me know your intro and skill level. Have you ever built a GPT before? Have you ever built an AI assistant? If you have, what kind of things have you built? Have you built a landing page? Yeah, so it would be great to know that. Also, make sure that you're using the chat to ask questions or answer questions. Maybe you see questions in the chat. We're all about community learning here, okay? So if you see questions in the chat that you think you can answer, please help with that. That would be wonderful. And we have Hendo here also taking a look at the chat and engaging in the chat. I see Coach Jacob here and Josh from X. That's so cool. Remember, you all, if you want to officially register, you can at oneclickcreator.ai, or you can go in my profile. The links to register are there. And the benefits of registering is that you're here in the actual webinar live. You'll get all of the follow-up recordings and Notion templates that I send. You'll be in the cohort and all of that. But also I'm streaming to YouTube and LinkedIn and X, so you can watch live, no problem. Okay, so let's go ahead and move to the next part here. Let's see. Okay, so I put this little girl's face here because, one, it makes me smile. And two, I want us to kind of take on that childlike curiosity when it comes to building. Okay, so this slide is all about just preparing you, getting that mindset ready. Okay, DR says, thanks to you last week. I can say yes. I'm glad that you have built. If you have not built, hopefully you will build today. Deborah says, I have not built anything before. Okay, no problem. So I purposely make these workshops beginner friendly. For now, I'm going to do this once a week on Mondays. Okay, Monday we'll be here doing live building. So whatever I've been building, I'm going to come and teach you how to build it too. This is all this weekend I spent doing what I'm going to show you all how to do today. So make sure that you have the slide deck. It's in the chat, the live chat. Again, you'll need to register to get access to the live chat. You can register at the link in my bio. Very easy. And then the cool thing is that you can sign in anytime to watch the replay and get access to all the materials. So you can go at your own pace. Maybe you just want to watch for now and then actually go back and listen to the video later. But the point here is that I want to encourage you to please build. Okay, these are builder workshops. Sorry, you all. I know I keep messing with my nose. It's because I'm outside and I just washed my hair, so my allergies are just going nuts. And I'm trying so hard not to make funny noises. All right, let's build. Yeah, I want to build too. All right, so that's your ready. Your set is to go ahead and get these links up. So we're only using 3 tools today. ChatGPT will be optional. The reason you'd want to use ChatGPT today is if you've already built GPTs. So I know Hendo has built GPTs. Let me know in the chat if you've built GPTs before using ChatGPT, because if so, you're probably going to want to sign in and grab the custom instructions for that. But otherwise, you do not need ChatGPT. You don't need ChatGPT Pro. Hi, Taylor. It's great to see you here as well. I can't help myself. I know, Hendo, you're doing so well with the comments and being there. But, you know, I got to say hi to the people. So the 3 tools, and by the way, these tools are beginner friendly. They're free to use, like free forever. You can build a free landing page and never have to pay for it. The only time you pay is if you want like a custom domain, if you want more than a couple of them, but you can do what we're doing today absolutely free. And I recommend that you do use these tools for free and don't start paying unless they're really bringing results for your business. That's when you want to start investing and upgrading. But otherwise, if you're just starting out, use these tools for free, which is what I love about today's workshop, because you cannot build GPTs in ChatGPT without Pro. So that's why we're going to bring you these tools today. So Card is what we're going to use to build the landing page. Amazing tool. And then the GPT Pro Builder is, of course, the tool that I've created that's going to help us. Sorry, I'm like trying to do 2 things at once here and actually bring up the website. So ChatGPT Pro Builder is going to help us create our GPTs, which you can get started on right away. You all can move ahead of me. You can stay with me. That's why I give you these links up front so that you can, you know, move at the pace that you want to move. If you want to get started with building your custom AI solution, your AI assistant, that's what the GPT Pro Builder is for, and you can start on that right away. Also, that website is what a card landing page looks like. So we're actually going to start there looking at the website. I always like to start at the end so you can see what we're building up to. And then we have Chip AI. Now, Chip AI is brought to you by Hendo. I'd heard maybe 1 or 2 people talk about this tool in the past, but I really didn't pay it that much attention. And then Hendo brought it to me and he'd been using it and I saw it. I was like, this is perfect. Hendo, do you have a second to talk about any of your experience? How did you find out about Chip AI? Have you been using it? This is what we're using today. I'm really excited about it.
Chip AI was great. I think it was just cruising through the timeline on X and had a little play with it. And one of the huge benefits to it is that you can, well, there's loads of benefits, which we're going to get to today, obviously, but accessibility is perfect, because a lot of the other tools I found previously with GPTs is that unless somebody has GPT, the Pro version, they can't access what you're trying to share with them. So there is a barrier to entry there. So Chip, one of the main advantages to it is that it gets over this little speed bump. I'm not going to do any more spoilers because I know Christelle's got lots of cool stuff to share.
It does so much. Like the more I play with it, the more I see. And it's perfect for what we're doing here, which is not just building tools, but turning them into a business. So that's the whole point of today. The website landing page is going to be a huge part of building your business around this tool. And the GPT Pro Builder doesn't just build you the custom instructions so that you can easily copy and paste and create your tool, but it also will build you a whole business plan and a marketing plan. So it's like everything you need to not just build your tool, build your landing page, but then do the work of distribution. So let's talk for a moment about why I chose these tools, because it's really important. There's tool overload, information overload. I'm only going to recommend tools that I'm actually using and are actually working for me, that are easy to use, again, preferably free. But these tools in particular, and specifically Chip, when Hendo brought this to me and I played with it, I was like stuck for a couple days, because it's just so amazing the way that they've set this platform up so that you own the data from your GPT. And we're going to talk more about that when we actually build inside of Chip, but just a couple of things. Ownership and monetization are very, very important. When you share your custom GPT that you built in ChatGPT with users, you don't really get much information. You don't get their email address. You don't get their chat history. And that's huge, by setting up the email subscribe for your custom GPT, you can actually see the chat history, which is amazing because it helps. When I look through it, I actually noticed where people kept abandoning the chat. I think I was giving too much information, which is usually my problem. So being able to see the actual history and where people are abandoning the chat is super, super helpful. It's a wonderful lead generator. Those of you who have been around me know I started an entire community on Clubhouse with a single prompt called the one-click course creator. So this is a strategy. What I'm teaching you today is something I've been doing since I got into this AI business monetization world. And that is creating a landing page to showcase the actual tool. So at the time it was one-click course creator and it was just a single prompt. But today you're going to see we can do so much more with the tools that we're using today. Hi, Justin. So good to see you. And then finally, I'm choosing these because the integration is really, really seamless. You can use these tools together. You can even embed Chip onto your website. You can embed your custom GPT right into your website. And users can actually use it right there on your website. The disadvantage of that is that they're not signing in, so you're not capturing history data, you're not capturing emails, and there's a big disadvantage for your actual users because they can't save their chat history. So by collecting the email, your user gets to sign in to your custom AI solution, access their history, share the chat. Yeah, so that's another huge advantage. Any thoughts on that, Hendo? Feel free to hop in. You don't need to, but you can. I appreciate you checking out the chat for us.
Yeah, I'm just in the chat at the moment. Sorry.
I love it. No. Please don't be sorry. I'm just trying to control my allergies over here. Okay. All right, you all. So let's see. Let's move to the next. So while we're going through these initial slides, I just want for you all to be in the background, kind of like setting up these different websites. Okay, so you want to have the GPT Pro builder up. You want to have the card website up. You want to have the chip website up. And while I'm talking, if you want to be in the background, just kind of clicking around, that's wonderful. So that when we start actually building, you've signed in, you've given your email address to all the different tools, because that's the payment is your email address, which I think is totally fair. All right, so of course, just like we talked about last time, there is a massive, massive opportunity here. And I just want to take a moment to actually show you all a thread that I currently have pinned up to my bio. So if you want to go check it out, especially if you have your phone on you and you want to go look at this. But I wanted to make sure that I pointed your attention here because this live stream. Let me close my chats. Oh, I'm so about that. This live stream here is really a of this thread. Okay, so I started this thread this morning because on Friday we had a whole space about people scamming for monetization and all of that. And so we talked all about what you shouldn't do and how not to get scammed, but I wanted to make sure that I did an actual thread about how to make money. And again, today is a continuation of that, but I wanted to just highlight a couple of things here because it really goes into the presentation. So one thing that I noticed just from listening to people is a lot of people are not starting at this place that we should all be starting, which is understanding what we are really good at. So as we're preparing to build our custom AI solutions, it's really important that, at least for our own interest's sake, that we are picking that we totally understand what our value is in terms of skills, talents, natural gifts, what our background is. And so in this first part of the thread, I just encourage you to list out. And if you all want to start doing this, you can. It's going to help a lot. So again, this is a hands-on building workshop. So as we're sitting here, if you have your notebook out, and you want to follow along with this thread, this is really the prerequisite work for what we're doing today. Now, if you don't do this, it's fine. You'll still learn how to build what we're building. But I just wanted to make sure that you all had access to this. And what I'll do is put this here in the chat so that you all can follow along if you want. Again, you can easily find it on my profile because I pinned it, but then I'm also pinning it up here in the chat. If you came later and you missed the slide deck, just ask for it, and I'm sure somebody will be happy to share it with you in the chat because I did change the pin. So the first thing that we want to do here is make sure that we understand well what our unique gifts and talents are, because this is going to help us a lot when it comes to creating a business and providing services. Okay, so these are just some different skills, and you can think of it as soft skills, hard skills, gifts, talents, but just okay. And I need somebody to actually teach me how to write a thread, because I don't know what I did wrong here, but this did not come out as like a nice orderly thread. So it's kind of all over the place, which I really apologize for. Maybe I will take time learning how to actually build a thread. So I'm getting to number 2. Have an idea of what your unique skills and talents are. I have a prompt here for you that's going to actually help you identify your niche. So this is a prompt here where you're telling, and again, if you want to do this right now, you can pull up ChatGPT or whatever your preferred model is. If you want to do this prompt, you don't need to for what we're doing today, but this is just kind of some prerequisite work. And by the way, I can't see the screen anymore because I'm in the actual the other screen. So Hendo, I'll just listen out for you if there are any questions and I need to stop. And if you all have questions, please make sure you put them in the chat, because Hendo's here with us looking at the. So for this prompt, you can literally copy and paste, and you'll just add in your skills and talents. And then you want to make sure that you're adding in some background information. What was your career? Is your career, work experience, bonus? Upload your resume. This is something I do sometimes if you have a current resume. And then you can also add a line about what you enjoy. Helpful when it comes to finding your specific niches. So I'm excited. I don't know, Hendo, which GPT you're going to build today a landing page for, but if it is the niche finder, that's, I think, going to be a really, really helpful GPT to go along with what we're doing here. So
yeah, we can use niche finder. Yeah,
that would be cool. That would be cool. So this is going to be helpful for building your actual custom GPT, having the niche already prepared. Now, if you don't have this, again, it's okay, because the GPT, oh my gosh, I need a lesson on thread making. After we have our specific niche, now we're going to be able to create our GPT using the GPT Pro Builder. So this just explains that here. Also, the link is here. So if you're joining us on X or YouTube, this is what the link looks like. Make sure that you have it pulled up. You can start creating your GPT at any time. It's here for you. And let's see. I don't think I'm going to go through the rest of the thread because there's about 8 posts on here. But I just wanted to make sure I show you all this, because there's a lot more steps than what we're talking about today, right? It's important to know your niche. It's important then, once you build your GPT, to test it, which I believe is what I'm talking about in 4. Yeah, so after you build your GPT, you'll want to test it. You'll want to share it all over the place. And today I'm going to talk to you about why Chip is so awesome, because it actually gives you user data right away. And the user data I got for the GPT Pro Builder is why I decided to actually turn it into a so yeah, there's other information here. There's up to 8 slides, and I talk about a lot of really cool stuff. But again, it's not necessarily needed in order to do what we do today. So it's just more of an added added, hopefully beneficial resource for you. Let's see, I'm just looking at the chat, see if we have any questions or anything. Looks like we're good, Hendo. Thanks for taking care of the people. All right, so let's come back here and turn my camera back on, and we're going to transition to the next part. Just give me a moment. All right. Let me get this deck back up. Okay, so at this point, we're about to get started on the actual building. So if you all want to make sure, we're gonna start with the GPT Pro builder. Let me get our presentation back up here so we can follow along. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so what we're about to do next, and if anybody who is registered to the event would like to come up to the stage and actually build live with us, we'd love to have you. Just let me know in the chat, and I can send the actual invite link so that you can join us. No pressure. Okay, so these are the different phases for what we are building today. I don't know why the deck keeps going away. Sorry, I think I'm like over clicking buttons here. And I keep turning my camera off because I'm like scratching my nose and I don't want that to be on camera. Maybe I don't need to let you know that, but that's just how I do. All right, so these are the different phases of what we are building today. We're going to start with your custom AI solution using GPT Pro Builder. And then we are going to actually set it up and turn on all the fun settings in Chip. And then finally, we're going to finish by building the landing page. Okay. And we should have plenty of time in the end to take questions. So it helps a lot if you all want to build with us. That way you'll have a sense of, you know, what questions to actually ask. All right, let's see. So these are the 3 different phases. Am I missing anything before we get started here? Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, so I'm going to stop the screen share, and we're going to remove the presentation, and just give me a moment, you all. We're going to transition now into the next part where we actually start building live, which is fun. Hendo, feel free to hop in if you'd like. No pressure. Okay.
Yeah, just dropping a message to see if anybody has any questions.
Love it. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to start sharing my screen again. Like I said, we're going to start in the GPT Pro Builder. So please make sure that you have that up. This is a free tool. I have it set right now at 100 credits. I could increase that, but I feel like 100 GPTs is a lot. I'd rather you all, you know, create 20 and do something with 3. I don't know. So I feel like 100 is plenty. But of course, if you run out of credits, let me know. If you become a GPT building maniac, I want to know. All right, so we're going to start here. The cool thing about starting here is that we are doing what we like to call in curriculum design, which is backwards design. So I'm starting by showing you the outcome first. So this is the goal of what you want to have. You want to have a logo, you want to have the title, a description. I even recommending doing a short video, less than 5 minutes, showing how to use your tool. This is the card landing page that we will be building, similar to this. And I took a quick video just showing how to use it and uploaded that using card. This is the button that is very important, because when we click on this button, it takes us to the actual GPT Pro Builder, which we're going to go to in a second. Now, again, you could embed the tool right into the website here, but it just won't allow you to collect email addresses. And that part is really, really important. So we want to make sure that we can do that. Am I sharing my screen? Can you all see
Yeah,
the
we've
screen?
got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. So just a couple of things. What I want to do now is give you all a quick tour of the site to see what you can do. Okay, and this is all using a template. So this did not take long to build here. So I just have some description. This is more about what I'm doing, but you don't have to get as involved as I got. You could really stop here at this section if you want, but there are a couple of other sections that I added. This is an entire monetization plan that I have. So I have the different pricing models. The cool thing about this, again, this button will take them right into the GPT Pro builder. And so for your landing page, the button will take them to your AI solution. And it will ask them to sign in for the first time, but then after that, they'll only actually have to sign in one time. So they don't have to keep signing in. Once they're signed in, it usually remembers them. Of course, they can log out. Another thing I recommend, and I'll probably add to the thread about this, but I recommend productized services. So this is everyone gets the same thing. I'm not doing customization, and so this is what I'm offering, and it's a skill that I recommend all of us be able to do, is to be able to build custom apps and custom solutions. You have a plan where you offer it as a service. So you can think of your landing page as a link tree, but a much more in-depth link tree where you actually get to add pictures and links and all types of fun stuff. And then, of course, we have our social buttons. Behind this button is a Stripe link. So I don't know how many of you are using Stripe to monetize, but I highly recommend it. You can go into Stripe, set up an account very easily for free, and create a product that has its own link. So when it's going to automatically take them to Stripe to purchase. And with Stripe, you can do monthly subscriptions, you can do annual, you can do custom subscriptions, you can do a one-time payment. But I noticed that a lot of people are not using Stripe. My computer's kind of slow, so I'm not going to take it all the way through. But if you have the GPT Pro Builder website up, you can click the buttons and see what it does. The next thing that actually click on the start button, because the next phase that we're going to get into here is building our custom GPT. So just give me a second so we can get this live again. I'm going to take a look at the comments while we're transitioning. Okay, awesome. It looks like we're all good. I'm not sure where my screen went though. So let me check in on that. Okay, so it's just taking a moment, but in the meantime, that was the entire tour. So what I'm doing now is I'm just, hopefully you all can see my screen again, but what I'm doing now is I'm just going to click on start building, and then it's going to take me to the GPT Pro Builder. All right, now I'd love to know if anyone here, before we keep moving on, I'd love to know if anyone here is actually building with us right now. Thank you, Harsh. I appreciate that. It kind of stresses me out because when I live stream, and I'm live streaming to like 4 places, so my computer it gets mad at me. So I appreciate you saying that. But yeah, I'd love to know if anybody is following along right now and is going to be building their GPT with us. And okay, so this is what I'd like to do. I'd love for this to kind of be a group activity where we build this GPT together. So what I'll do, because it's going to take us through a series of questions, if you all have a vote and you want to vote in the chat, you can. I'll pause between steps. That way Hendo can know if or Hendo can let me know if anybody has voted. So this is the GPT I created that helps you create your own custom solutions. We do want to start by clicking this button every time. And I recommend that you help your users understand that as well, to click on the conversation starter button, because then it's going based on the prompting that you've given it, which is much better. So the way that this works, and again, if you did the prompt from earlier, then you have your specific niche, but otherwise you can just start right here and choose the industry. So if anybody wants to vote, we can build this live right now. If I don't hear from Hendo in the next few seconds, I'll just choose. But if someone here would like to build this live and you want to just put in the chat which one you see here, education, entertainment, e-commerce, real estate, we're building based on the industry and how the GPT or custom AI solution, some people call this an AI assistant, there's all different names, chatbot, but we want to start first with the actual industry. So Hendo, let me know if anybody put in the chat a specific industry. Otherwise, I'm probably going to choose, see, it's set up so that
we have one vote. We've got one vote so far. Well, someone said number 8, and we've also got health and wellness. So
so somebody said number 8.
Health. We've got 2 votes for health and wellness.
Which one came in first?
Health
we got 2 votes for health and wellness. Well, then we'll go with health and wellness. All right. So you can either copy and paste this, or you can just put number 6 because that's what number it is. And I tried to make it so that it's quick. All right, you all get ready to vote. Get ready to vote. So what it's going to do now is it's going to give me 5 different pain points. We are building a business here. So we want to focus our custom AI solution on providing a solution for an actual pain point. So these are some of the pain points. Now I noticed that these are pretty medical. So one thing I might do in the custom instructions later is update it so that it's more health and wellness, not so medical. But for now, this is what we have. And if someone can think of a pain point that's not listed here and you want to say that, but I'm going to wait for Hendo to give me, if anybody chose a number, patient appointment management, personalized health recommendations, health records management, that's a big one, virtual health assistants, medical information retrieval, if anyone has a vote. Otherwise, I'll just kind of, pick something and move on.
No votes so far.
All right, I'm going to pick, if no one has a vote.
Number 2, personalized health recommendations. All right,
so I'm going to pick number 2 because I love personalizing. So I'm going to say personalized recommendations. And now it's going to give us 5 solutions. All right, so maybe you all want to vote here. I'll read them off and vote if you'd like. So the first solution it's recommending, and by the way, it's going to build a GPT based on the solution that we choose. So AI-powered health coach, predictive analysis using machine learning to predict health issues, personalized medication management, lifestyle and diet recommendations, or mental health monitoring and support. And by the way, if you want 5 more, you want 10 more, this is a chat, so you can ask for more options here. I reduced it from 10 to 5 because I was told by my mother that 10 was too many options. So I'll kind of wait a moment, see if anybody wants to vote. Otherwise, I'm going to vote on something. Now, the step after this is once we choose the solution that we want to focus on that will integrate AI, then it will give us 5 options for GPTs. And that's the last step before it builds us the custom instructions. So I'm not hearing anything about a vote. So I'm going to go ahead and choose number 1, which is AI-powered health coaches, chatbots that can offer personalized fitness and nutrition advice based on user data. This might seem simple and basic, but I promise you there are so many coaches out there, health coaches out there that do not know about AI, are not building with AI. And if you can create a solution like this for them, they're going to love it. And so this becomes a great B2B service as well. All right, I'm going to see if anybody wants to vote on one of these GPTs to build. Remember, you can take these custom instructions and actually do something great with this. You can make this into your landing page if one of these sounds good to you. If your skills and talents had to do with health and wellness, then go ahead and vote on one of these so that we can actually build it. So nutrition navigator, fitness facilitator, chronic condition companion, holistic health, sleep sentry. Oh, that's an interesting word.
Yeah, there's a
So I'll
vote
wait a few
for
seconds. I'll take
holistic
a
health.
sip of my water. Let's see if
There's a vote for sleep sentry, and there's also a vote for holistic health.
I like that one. Okay, cool. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can save this chat and create all of these GPTs if you want, right? Like you don't have to just create one. The point here is that we do want to start with one and we want to test it. So for now, let's go ahead and go with number 4, which is holistic health. One looks more interesting to me. For the purpose of this, we are just going to do one. Okay, so now it's actually creating the custom instruction you need in order to build your GPT. Now, Hendo, while we're doing this, I'm actually going to ask you if you could, so we can build a couple of these. We can build yours, your niche finder. If while we're doing this here, you want to go into ChatGPT and grab niche finder custom instructions, because what we're about to do next is go into Chip and build our custom GPT. So what I can do is also share this conversation. That way, if someone is here, one of the people that voted wants to actually create this, you can. So I'll share the comment, or I'll share the chat with you here in the comments. If you're on X, you're not going to be able to see the comments. So you'll have to register to actually see the comments, and you can register anytime. You can even register after the live is over to see all the comments and get the resources and all of that. But if you are here on YouTube or LinkedIn, or you've registered, then just check the chat, because you'll be able to see the link to this chat here. All right, so you see how fast that was. And when you see this yellow background here, that's how you know that you have your custom instructions. So these are all of your custom instructions here. Okay, everything you need to start as a base is here. And in a moment, what we're about to do, for anybody that wants to live build, you can go ahead and start signing in to Chip. I gave you that link in the slide deck. So you can go ahead and start pulling up Chip, because what we're going to do in a moment is take these custom instructions and actually build an application, a GPT. All right, now a couple of things I want to show you here. You can actually build a business plan. So if you're happy with your instructions, if not, you can always edit them, but I'm going to going and just say business plan, that I want my business plan. Now this is really important. It's going to give you an entire plan for your GPT. So this is a business plan for the Holistic Health GPT. Many businesses are created off of a custom solution. This is your custom AI solution, and this is just the beginning. So if you test this and it becomes validated, you can turn this into an entire app, an entire website, a subscription service. There's so much you can do with this. Don't underestimate it because it doesn't take long to build. That's the power of AI. The one-click course creator took me minutes to create, and it turned into, a huge business for me. So this is the entire business plan. I'm not going to have it keep going, but if you use this, don't stop here. Keep going all the way to the end to get the actual social media marketing plan as well. But for now, because we're here to build a landing page, I'm going to go ahead and pause there. I want to give us a moment to sign in to Chip now. Okay, so if everyone could sign into Chip for me. Also, if you are building live with us, go ahead and grab the custom instructions like I've asked Hendo to do, and anybody else, AI Jesus, if you're here and you're building live with us, go into your ChatGPT Pro or wherever you've built your prompt and grab those custom instructions so that we can build together here in Chip. So while this is loading, it's just taking a moment to load. I'm going to come back here to the studio. I like saying that. Come back to the studio. Check in with the good people. All right, so let's see. I think everyone's good, huh? Any questions? Good so far. So I'd love it if you all have some custom instructions to actually grab right now so that by the end of this workshop, you at least have your first app built. Okay, so if you go into Chip, let's talk about Chip for a second. I'm going to go ahead and pause, though, make sure everyone's good. Let me give you all a moment to catch up. All right. So Chip is a really cool tool. Like I said, Hendo introduced it to me, and I love it. It allows you to do a bunch of things with your apps, your custom GPTs, and it's totally used. So you don't, on ChatGPT, you have to have the Pro plan to build your own GPTs. But with Chip, you can, I think, build up to 3 or 4. Let's see, if I click create, yes, say I've had my maximum. So this was a test one that I did earlier. So I'm going to actually need to come in here. They probably will end up getting my money, and I'll probably upgrade, because when you upgrade, you can have custom domains. And I love having custom domains, which, by the way, that's some alpha right there too. Get a custom domain. Once you've tested your GPT or your AI solution, and you see that people like it, you know, they're using it, it has users. And I talk about this in the thread as well. Consider getting a custom domain for it. That's what I did for One Click Course Creator. I got oneclickcoursecreator.com. And that's where it really starts to become a powerful lead magnet in business. All right, so now that I've deleted the third one, I can come in here and click create. So you all can click create as well. Now, once we're in here, there's a lot we can do. So this is the actual builder area. You want to use the instructions window to actually copy and paste your instructions into here, which we'll do in a moment. When you are off on your own, you can, of course, use something like ChatGPT, DALL-E, Ideogram to create a logo. And I would just put the description of your custom GPT into the tool to create a logo, let it know what colors you want. You can pick an accent color. And then if we scroll down, we are going to build in a second, but I wanted to keep showing you. If we toggle on user sign up, this is how we're able to collect email addresses, which again is very allows us to collect emails and see chat history, which is amazing. Now the chat history is, I need to say this, it is anonymous. So it's two separate things. It's not showing me the email address assigned to the chat history. Okay, I don't know, when I see chat history, I don't know who's, I don't believe I know who that is, but I don't know, we'll see. But I'm pretty sure it's anonymous. If you want to monetize, you can set up Stripe, which is really nice as well. For now, this one is free at 100 credits. You can even choose how many credits you give away for free. And then, of course, you can upload your knowledge base, which is very powerful to make your custom GPT even more custom. Okay, with these other buttons, you can do more. You can see how many people have used it. Again, you can check the chat history. It's pretty powerful. But for now, I'm going to take a moment, and while I'm going into the GPT Pro Builder and copy and pasting, I'm going to ask for you all to do the same thing. So let's take a moment. whether, again, you already have a GPT that's in ChatGPT Pro, or you with the GPT Pro Builder. I'm going to ask you now and actually copy those custom instructions. Okay. Once we've copied them, I realize I didn't share my screen for that, but wherever you all are, you can copy your custom instructions. I just went back to the one that we created, and I'm just pasting right here in the instructions on chip. Now, when it comes to choosing the name and the description, I usually take it right out of the instructions. Okay, you can change it, of course, but just for the sake of time, we're going to use what's already here. And I'm going to take this out. You see, these are the instructions. I can usually get the description from here as well. So it just saves on time. So I'm going to take the description there. Now, when it comes to the conversation starter, this is the button that's going to show up that we're going to encourage the user to click to get started. Okay. I might say, let's create a health plan, something like that. Okay. And then the GPT. Now, very important here, of course, you upload any of your own unique resources. That's also what's going to make it unique to you. And then once you've done that, in this window, this is where we are testing it. Okay, so we're going to start. Let's create a health plan. And this part is really important. You want to test it first before you start sharing it, right? Because these instructions that we got, those are just the basic instructions. Now, this is where the prompt engineering comes in. So one thing I noticed right away is that questions, they'll just abandon it because they're like, I don't want to answer all these questions. So one thing I might do is come in here and update the instructions to say, ask each question one by one. Sometimes I have to put this in twice. Ask each question one by one so the user is not overwhelmed. Measure. I'm going to copy this and just like add it all the way at the end as a reminder. Because I notice sometimes when I just put it in once, it doesn't work. So reminders help. And then we're going to test it and see if it worked. So I'm going to come over here and just click this plus button to create a new chat so that I'm refreshing. And then let's see if that adjustment in the prompt worked. It did not. Oh, it's
Looks like we've lost Christelle, guys. We just bear with it for a few minutes. We'll try and get the stream back going again. Hope you're all doing okay. I pre-planned my GPT. I made one earlier. Here's one I made earlier. So we'll use that once we get back live again. Is this stream still live for everyone else? Can you just drop a comment in the chat just so we know it's still live? Okay, amazing. Thanks, Deborah. Good to know we are still live. So you've just got me for the moment. We'll wait for Christelle to get back. Apologies about this, everybody. Hope you're all doing okay. Happy Monday. Nothing like a little bit of tech issues to keep us all on our toes. Is everybody building, or are they just watching the show for the moment? Do they plan to build later, or are you trying to do it live with us? We can hear you on X, Hendo. Amazing. I'm on X. This is good. I'm on X. Happy Monday to you too. Yeah, good. Is the stream been okay so far? Hi, guys. I might as well show you some camera action, share the face. I created a GPT earlier today, and if hopefully Christelle gets back on, we can share that with you. Hope you're all doing well. And I hope you're excited about Daybreak on Wednesday. We are also live on the job site tomorrow, which will be quite fun. In fact, we're live on all of them right now, which is good. Stream is okay. Great. This is good. Audio has been a little choppy. Yeah, cool. Hopefully it might not be in the recording. It might be this, that there's so many tabs and stuff open on Christelle's end. I'm going to go off camera and just contact Christelle, make sure that we're still going. Bear with me for a sec, people. Thank you. Okay, this is good. Christelle is back. Oh, maybe not. Maybe she's trying to log in at the moment. So bear with us for a couple of minutes, people. Nothing like challenges, tech challenges. But we're building with AI, which is good. AI and social media. Have fun. Thank you all for joining us. Christelle sort of in and out. We'll be back, people. Don't go away.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Christelle. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. I looked up and I'm like, wow, my screen isn't being shared anymore. And I just was completely kicked out. So, what is the last thing that you saw me do? I don't even know how long it was off.
It was, I think it's been off for maybe 3 to 4 minutes. The last thing we saw was you amending the one question at a time text.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad you were here. Thank you so much for holding it down.
It's all
Really
good.
sorry about that, everyone. Maybe I'm streaming to too many places. I don't know. But I'll pick up where we left off. We're almost done. So we only have one more phase to go. And that's to actually build the landing page. But I don't know how much you all heard, but I was just editing this so that it only asked one question at a time. And then the final step was to come up here and click save and then choose anyone with a link. That way you can actually share the link on your landing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start transitioning to the next part and ask you all to do so with me. So what we want to do now So hopefully you've published your GPT or you've at least seen how to do it. I want to invite you all to go ahead and a card now. This is the final phase, which is taking that link that we just created by building our custom GPT, and then we're going to include it into a landing page. So this is Card. Let me know in the chat if you've ever used Card before. This was recommended to me by Micah. Again, I've heard people talk about this tool, but sometimes I don't try the tool until it's really time to use it. And now is the time for this because I plan on making a bunch of these tools with different landing pages to test them. So the nice thing about Card, again, it's totally free. They have a bunch of beautiful templates that you can choose from. So to begin, you're just going to go to New Site. And I recommend doing this after you've created the logo for your GPT. Okay. Or if you have brand colors and you know what you're going to choose, great. But I would do it, get the logo first, get the colors you want for your GPT first, and then come in here and find a template, or do it the other way around. Find the template that you like. You take a screenshot of the template and put that into ChatGPT and say, create me a logo, and use this template, the colors, the font. You could actually do that too. So either way, don't listen to me. You don't have to do the logo first. You can do the template first. So that's what I did. I did the logo first, and then I came in here. There were a couple that I saw. This one was a close contender, but I ended up going for this one. And it's nice because the pro ones, of course, you have to be upgraded on. But there's lots of free ones here to choose from. You can click demo if you don't want to if you just want to see it first, because once you click select, it's going to actually create your website. So a couple of things for your landing page. We really want this to be a landing page that is not only highlighting the benefits of the GPT, your custom AI solution, what it can do, how it can solve those pain points. And by the way, I do use ChatGPT for my copy as well. So I'll write the basic copy and then I'll copy and paste it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to upgrade or improve the copy for me and use SEO keywords. So the GPT Pro Builder website that I used, all of that copy came from ChatGPT updating it. That's why I say you'll want ChatGPT when you're really fully building this out, unless you're great with website copy. But this is the template that I used. And just to give you a little bit of a tour, really easy to use. You click on any element that you want to change. So if you want to change the text here, you just click on the text. It's going to pull up on the side, and then you would come in here and type the name of your GPT. Okay. This is where you would put the description. And once you click on these elements, you can also easily move them around, which is nice. So just so you know that. And then this is an image element. So we would just upload your logo. And again, if you don't have a logo, come back to that. But the main thing here is that when you have your landing page, that your GPT does have some sort of custom logo, because this is a business ultimately. Okay, so I can. By the way, you can get a custom domain, which I highly recommend with Card. I'm working on that now. I'll probably have that in the next couple days. but I wanted to show you how you could do this, you know, without using a custom domain. So that's it. Now we're just coming in here, and when we're done, we can click done. If we want to add more elements, you can click this plus button. You can add text, image, video, audio, so much here. Form, digits, but you can always come back and customize. But you want to get something out. So one thing I did here with this template is I clicked on the full container here by clicking in this space that's not on a specific element. And I actually took away the columns. I just changed it from columns to default. And then it broke it up for me because I prefer this look. But yeah, any section that you don't want or elements you don't want, you can just come in and delete. The final thing here I want to show you. Oh, if you want to add a video like I did, you would just do plus and then video. One thing to note about the video, if you do embed YouTube or any other video site, make sure that you are using the correct format for the URL. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay, like there's a special format that you have to use here. If you ever want to delete an element, you can just do the delete button here. If you want to duplicate it, you can make a copy of it here, then click done. And again, once you have any element, you can move it around by just dragging. Okay. You can even add your social buttons here or remove any. So I'm not using Instagram or Facebook, so I can come in and easily delete those by clicking the delete button. So a lot of this landing page building is deleting elements and then replacing with the text that you want and the links that you want. Like I said, I recommend having a video, having the link, of course, to your actual GPT. So you'll click on one of the buttons here, and then you can edit the button. You can change the label. Maybe you'll say try now or sign up. You can even change the icon. And then here is where we would put the link to our actual GPT that we created. Okay, so I'm going to go into Chip. We're almost done, guys. And then I want to spend a few minutes answering any questions that you might have. I'd love to hear from you as far as what you might want to see for the next week, because we're doing this every Monday. So AI Jesus was really helpful with coming up for the topic this week. And it was perfect because I needed to build a landing page for GPT Pro Builder. Okay, so I just copy and pasted the link from Chip and then click done. And now it'll be there. So I would need to go through, of course, and delete a lot of stuff here. But those are the basics. I mean, it's really simple. You just click on what you want to edit. One last thing I want to share with you is that it is in Markdown. So if you look here, it tells you how to get bold. You need to add, you know, the 2 asterisks to get bold. Okay. If you want to do italics, it's just 1. So look through here. If you need some help with Markdown, I would go watch a simple YouTube video, but Markdown is really wonderful to learn. And then once you're all done, you're happy with everything, check your mobile view by clicking the mobile button just to make sure that everything works and it looks good on mobile as well as desktop. And then you can click the save button here when you're ready, or come into this menu and click publish. It's not going to let me publish this because I have these elements here that were here before in the template. So if I tried to publish, it wouldn't let me right now because it wants to, which I appreciate. We also need to put a title, description, but then this is where you can publish your URL. You would just come in here and type the name of your custom GPT after giving it a title, after giving it a description, or you can save it as an offline draft. But when you are ready to publish it, you would just click this button Now, again, if you want to publish to a custom domain, you can do that as well. Okay, by just choosing the publish to custom domain. In the next couple of days, you'll see a custom domain for the GPT Pro Builder, but for now, you see it with card. So that is it. We went through all 3 building phases there, and we have about 19 minutes left. So let's talk about what we just did. I'm going to turn my camera on here. I had to put my hair up. It is hot outside, and I'm having like the worst allergies. Oh my goodness. That's why I haven't had my camera on, because I'm just like messing with my face and nose too much. I have the worst allergies. But thank you all. Thank you, Hendo. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you joined me. I think everyone would have left me if I was gone for a full 4 minutes. Well, some people wouldn't have left. Maybe Stephanie wouldn't have left.
No, of course not. They all
Steph
the people
was here.
stayed. We just did some AI jokes, a little bit of social media jokes, keep everybody entertained while it was going on. It's really cool. Yeah, it's simple tools put together really, really easily, and it will be super powerful. The piece that you were saying about creating the business that sits around one of the tools is really clever, because I think for me, first of all, you think about yourself and you think about your own business and what I do myself, but with something like the holistic health idea that we were working through, that could be super powerful for many people. And it's an industry I don't really know much about. So I think with a little bit of research into specific industries, you can start to see where these tools will be really impactful.
Absolutely. And I did a post earlier about how I'm building an app right now for real estate agents. Now, I don't know anything about real estate, but according to my research and just word on the street, real estate agents are very, very open to using AI. So we don't even need to build tools that we are necessarily experts in that field. I recommend starting that way just so that people have a way to go, but you don't even have to, because the tools will create it. You just need to find a tool that's going to be a real custom solution, even for industries that, we're not a part of, like real estate, finances. I mean, there's some industries out there that are very open to AI. And for me, that's important because, of course, my industry, I want it to be education, but that's like the hardest to get into right now. So it wouldn't make sense for me to only focus on AI. I mean, education, AI and education.
Same for me as well with creative industry as well. There's a lot of resistance there for a lot of reasons, understandably. So there's maybe the opportunities sit outside our specific niches.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, cool. Oh my gosh. This is like live video. See, if I was in a space, I could just like itch my face. Nobody would know. I don't think I can go for another 15 minutes, especially if no one has any questions. I've got to get my allergies and nose. I just want to like do this, and I'm doing it. I don't care. People can judge me. I did put clothes on because Alex Finn was in a video being like, adults don't get on live streams in tank tops, do they? And I'm like, I'm in Miami. I definitely do. But Hendo, it's so funny. We didn't even plan to dress alike, same colors again. We both have like the olive green color.
Yeah, Mondays, olive green for Mondays. I think it's blue for Tuesday, black for Wednesday.
Black for Wednesday. Yeah, so let's talk about, you guys are just going to have to be okay with me, doing this because my allergies are going nuts. Hi, Vladimir. So good to see you. Let's talk about what's coming up for the rest of the week while we have a couple of minutes, because we have, even though I'm not doing spaces every day anymore, we still have live events every single day. Either I'm hosting or Hendo is hosting. We're both co-hosting. So Mondays, we have the builder workshop. Okay, so check your email, check X when I come up with a new workshop for next Monday. Make sure that you register. when you register, you just automatically get the replay emailed to you, and then any Notion documents that I share. If you look at the end of the slide deck, you will see the form again. So you'll get the updated Notion form if you fill out the quick survey. It's a template. It has everything that you need in there. And let's see, Tuesday, you want to talk about tomorrow? We're going to be on the job site. That's what we call LinkedIn.
We've got we do a show on Tuesdays called Get AI Creative, obviously, and it's on the job site. We are on episode 5 tomorrow, and we have our good friend Alex Northstar joining us as well. So the three of us talk about education, creativity, and automation, and we weave it all together to give practical tips and tricks on things that can make your life a little bit easier, a little bit more efficient. And we're slowly building our presence over there. So if you're not following us over there, we're pretty easy to find. Same names as X on the job site. And then that's tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we have episode 2 of Daybreak, which is probably our favorite. Definitely our favorite. It's a new show. We've had a lot of positive feedback so far, and I'm looking forward to it. There's lots of cool stuff to show again.
Yeah, for sure. Be sure to check out my highlights. Check out Hendo's highlights, because we've been creating lots of content, lots of video content. Let's see, Thursday we get back into spaces. So Thursday and Friday we do have spaces. Thursday we have Creative AI Thursday with Hendo, right? We doing that still on Thursday, Hendo? Yeah. And then I'm co-hosting that. Yeah, go ahead. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, just we're changing it up a little bit just so, keep everybody on their toes. But the angle with that has always been creativity leads and technology follows. So we're going to follow that theme. And last week was a little bit of a reset. We're going to continue that theme, but in something a little bit unexpected. So looking forward to sharing that with you all.
Awesome. And then Friday, we've got AI Friday. So that's a space that I'm hosting with Hendo. Last week, we had some heavy hitters on the stage. We had a great conversation about attention scams, and it's a lot of fun. And then the weekends I'm building. So this weekend I was building so much, but I want you all to know that we do still have events every single day. So make sure that you subscribe to the newsletter. If you're registered to this event, then you're going to get all the future emails and invitations. But we would love to see your creations. If you build a GPT or an AI assistant, please share it with us, tag us, we'll repost it. We'll even test it for you. That's another nice thing about being part of this builders cohort, is that you have people that will test your tools for you, test your products. Hendo, I look forward to seeing the Niche Finder landing page. That'll be really great.
I changed it up this week. I have Niche Finder was ready to go, but I've built something different as well, which is going to be a little bit controversial. So we'll unleash that. We'll unleash that on the good people later in the week.
You know what's controversial is me messing with my nose an entire live stream. Oh my gosh.
I haven't screen grabbed it yet, so you're safe.
I'm like, can I get a win here? It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get video down. We're gonna get video down. At least this time I was showered. I washed my hair. I put it up because it's hot. I put on different clothes. We're doing the best we can. Thank you all so much for joining. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks, everybody.
Tools. Thank you, Hendo. I really appreciate it. All right, you all. Take care. Bye. Oh my gosh, it takes forever to end. It's the longest goodbye. Bye, y'all.